Hello and welcome back to my Let's Play video. See, now I think where we left off, I was beginning to win my war against the Cravers. It's a difficult thing to fight Cravers because you really you need to do it early because as you can see, looking at these planets, some of them are already depleted, which is kind of a bummer. I don't like to see that. I would much prefer fight anybody else for their planets because they would still be good planets, whereas these ones are going to have a minus 25% to all FIDs. The sowers who have yet to find any systems for are already looking for peace, which is kind of a good sign. Here they are here. They're the robot race. Much like the replicators from Stargate. But I don't really see a reason to waste resources on a peace treaty unless they just give it to me. Alright, so looks like... Oh, actually, let's see what we have here. Yes, let's see how quickly this invasion at Zenus will work. Nerod's falling rather quickly. But it looks like Zenus is going to be a lot slower. Most of the battles from here on won't be very interesting, but there's still a lot of economy things that I can discuss. Like, now that I'm sort of a little bit further in the game here, you can see I have some terraforming options. Lava transformation and desert transformation. Desert transformation is actually pretty decent because it still has food, and it would have less of a morale penalty. But I like that I'm getting a lot of science and dust from the barren planet. So I'm going to keep things how they are. I'll show you how to efficiently get terraforming technologies once we come to that. Being able to terraform everything into Terran is extremely valuable, but it takes a lot of foreplanning to get to that point in the game. I wonder how quickly they will invade that system. I might take it as well. But that's something to think about much later. Right now I can just sort of enjoy the fact that my ships are stronger and start sending out smaller armies to blockade their planets. Try to get through these turns as quick as possible. Diplomatic option. Once again, the Cravers want a ceasefire. They have no reason to give them one. Ecstatic people, they've got room to grow. Kind of a weak production base. Try to increase their production and have them build maybe some light destroyer ships. Actually, they'll probably be fine with battleships. They still don't. It's still not such a high cost that you won't want a city to build one. Yes, this is my second Hydromel system. It's coming along rather nicely. One thing that's important to do when you capture an AI system is go through the improvements and scrap the ones you won't be needing. Like bonuses to defense and influence are kind of useless. I don't need the one that lets me see farther around. Reconnaissance is kind of moot once you're invading everything. Everything else looks pretty good. AI is pretty decent in this game. It knows generally what to build. The only thing it can't really do is specialize in a very efficient way. Actually, I suppose I will give them... Yeah, they're gonna start building ships already. That was a fast turnover at Monaco. Looks like it's going to be weak fleets from here on out. Ah yes, I got personal shielding, which unlocks all the artifacts for me. A very powerful thing to have. Thinking I should go for a Ritual 6. That also gives me extra production on all my cities. The other option would be there's 2 research bonus improvements, or I could go for the +2 dust per citizen on planet, which is obviously very valuable. I think the thing to do is to take production. What will this do for me? Extra space on ships. Not too valuable. Ah, yes, here we go. Low temp hydration is an important tech. Sometimes I go for it sooner, but I like to wait until it costs about 4 to 6 turns before I go for it. And that's +1 to all FIDs per citizen on planet, or per population on planet. So, yes, that will be something I want. And I could go for Tundra transformation as well, but that needs adamantium. I'm going to get the Dreadnought instead, because that will also give me the psychological insulation, which allows for planets with explored moons to get 2, and regular planets to get 1 extra population. Pretty significant boost. What are my other options here? Yes, if you have very long sort of areas like I do, you might choose warp travel, 2nd generation warp, because 12 warp is pretty much what you'd have, and it's a rather efficient way to travel. Wormhole hyperspace is another good option, because if you've got the extra time, it'll allow you to travel from one wormhole that you have contact with a system of yours to any other wormhole that you have the same thing with, which means in one turn you could travel across the entire galaxy. It's really important for large empires to take that ability. I think I might also go for this morale bonus option, which lends pretty easily into this Planetary Exploitation Finance Commission, which will be a good boon for all my arid planets. And And then, of course, I'll take the economy one I was looking at after all of that. Now, I'm kind of assuming that my military will remain dominant. So now I want research. So in 2 turns, I'll get advanced optic labs. Great for sort of all the crappier planets and all of the gaseous planets as well. So I'll definitely want that. And then they have some beam offense and defense choices. It's a pretty good thing to pick. Then I'll get pervasive etching, which will allow me to build the graviton shielded laboratories. Basically, it's plus 20% research, so I can get research from decreasing my taxes, but then I lose dust. Or I can build this, which will give me about the same if I can build it everywhere. Or even just on most of my planets, or systems, I mean. And, yeah, it only costs 7 dust per turn. It's a pretty good choice. This, redundant infrastructures will give me, plus 20% on ecstatic for the system I build it in, plus 2% on empire if I can make my empire fervent, which basically is an additional bonus for low taxes. And since I've already gotten all those economy things, I should have very low taxes later on. So it's something I'll choose. And then I think predictive logistics will be important. That's plus 2 production per population on planets. Always a good choice. Plus there's an extra engine boost here, which I might want if I start scouting things. And then of course I'll take adamantium and a little extra space on ships. And that adamantium will make it logical for me to take tundra transformation, so I can turn all of those barren and lava planets into... or actually... yes, I suppose I will take all the barren and lava and turn them into tundra, which has decent production overall, and lends a fair amount of science, food, and dust. So, that will be my choice. And from there I'll probably build some better ships. Alright, let's see what kind of artifacts I've been able to capitalize on. Mundane artifact, ooh, plus 3 science. Plus 20% science on Empire if I get the Monopoly. So I only need 1 more for Monopoly, that's very good. Something I'll want to find from some trading partner. Now that the war is pretty well assured, I don't need to worry so much about getting my bonus to HP that I was concerned about in the last video. I'm fairly certain I'm going to dominate well enough, and then it looks like right here is the only choke point, this yellow sun here. So if I stay at Megrez and this is owned by someone else, I should have basically only 3 systems total to defend in my entire empire, and I won't need a very big military to do so. Oh, excellent. These guys are ready for... they've got a lot of maintenance, I think. Nope, it's a distance from Empire is costing me somewhat. So why are they considered distant from Empire? I would have to look that up, but I believe that distance from Empire has to do with an outpost not being connected to a proper colony. And it looks like that'll take 31 turns. So those pirates did kind of hurt me. They hurt my economy a little bit. Let's see how my economy's doing right now. Plus 40. See, that bothers me because I know it could be plus 70 at least. If not for that. Let's look at the difference in research. It's usually not much, between just 5%. So 2,000 versus 20%, it would be... Oh, actually, plus 10% research. I think for a time I'm going to take the hit to my economy, because I think it's going to be constantly growing. And I would like that extra 10% science. Okay, so now I need to deal with Nerid. Get rid of the defense structures. Get rid of the buyout bonus discount. I don't generally buy things out because it's set up to be an exponential increase to pay for production, so there's really no point to it. But I do want some of the basic things here. Keeping it with just these two planets will get them off strike quicker. Although, as with everything, it takes a lot of time. So I'm just pretty much going to leave them like this. I won't be able to colonize the other systems, even though I would really like that Eden incense. So maybe I'll take that one at some point. Okay, so now it looks like I've captured these two systems, and there's not much resistance, but I need to capture Zenus before I can move on in the game. I suppose I might as well build a few more battleships, since there's not many other bonuses I see working out here. So I'm going to do a little bit of restructuring. I want to move this weaker fleet to defend Nerid. Oh, and if I didn't mention it, it looks like the negative event that decreased my speed is now nullified. So I can move at 11 now instead of 6. I'll move this fleet in to carry on the invasion. Okay, let's see how quickly Zenus falls now. It looks like it should pick up. And you see, once again, they're using their warp travel. Yes, it's much faster to have my hero fleet do it, because he has some extra invasion abilities. They're sending a fleet of 3,600 and I'm at 4,000, so they're actually fairly close to equal with me. I might try to refit my helium ships to maximum efficiency. It's been a while since I upgraded them. I'll use the defense module this time. In this case, the plus 60 ship repair per battle would be more valuable than the plus 10%, but I won't put any repair on here. It's a more simple ship. 3 missiles, 2 beams, 2 kinetics, some flak, some beam, defense. Get rid of one of the flak defense. Okay, so now I need to see what else I can put on here that'll be effective. Looks like plasma torpedoes. Not perfect fit. Now I have the HE5, and so if you're looking to upgrade a fleet, you just need to look for its name, which is ETA. For this fleet, then find ETA in the ship list. Pretty easy to find if it's got a hero. Retrofit. I am missing resources in the star system to perform the retrofit operation. Now that doesn't seem right to me. I suppose that means that I can't build the HE in general. What does it require to build? Do I need antimatter, Hyperium, and Hexaferrum? And in Lonica I have Hyperium, Hexaferrum, and Siderite. So I have no antimatter according to that. Whereas here I clearly have some antimatter. Oh, they're being blockaded. Okay. Fair enough. Should have been paying attention. I didn't think that that was a United Empire fleet. Sometimes the green races look too much alike. Yes, I think he'll start taking the veteran ability. I like it because it increases all my stats a little bit. And then you get a free trade at the end. Can't ask for more than that. Let's see if I have any Ritual 6 on Sylphie. 1 Ritual 6, +1 production, +1 research per citizen. I need to colonize there. Ah, but yes, they're still working on their happiness. I think what I'll do here is moon survey. Yeah, maybe just a moon survey. What are the improvements? I already have intensive farming, but I didn't choose a moon survey. Unfortunate. I'm going to rush by it. Nope, I can't actually. I'll let the natural thing take its course, and then I got a Ritual 6 on this lava planet. So, a little extra production for this production powerhouse. But more importantly, Ritual 6 is very vital to a lot of other improvements that I'll want to build later. I'd like to get rid of that Kessler syndrome. And I'm thinking... No, that doesn't affect morale, so it won't affect anything else, really. But I might as well increase the science here. And I'll do that first, since it won't affect the time scale. What else can I do? This one doesn't have a lot of extra options for me. It's just your basic 2 arids and an Arctic. Kind of a lowish production as well. So I'll allow them... Wow, how long is it going to take them to build a battleship? 7 turns. That's acceptable. I think I can increase their production later, so I'm going to let them start building. Seems like everything's in order. Now let's try that retrofit. Fleet ETA wants 1862, which is not an amount of money I have. So I'll take my weakest ships and retrofit them one by one. I think I can afford to do a few more, so now I'll do the highest ranked ships. Oops. And that's it. But overall it'll be a large increase to my power. As you can see, I went from about the same power. I think I was at 4,000 and now I'm at 6,700. Huge increase. No, it looks like they're greatly increasing their population. I have to say I'm impressed. There's not much else I can build here, except I'll get public-private partnership and colonize the last planet. I might as well. There's lots I can do here still, because they don't have their moon survey, which means I've got a few things to build here. And by the time those things are finished, the approval should be back to normal. Pretty weak fleet came in, just one of their medium ships. Looks like they've got mostly kinetic and beam. My deflect efficiency was low, but they miss so much with that in the first phase. I can generally avoid it, especially with the hero fleet. Oh, but right, I switched the hero fleet to Zenith. I suppose that's alright. Pisces, oh, I already went through that. It looks like pretty much all my fleets that I'll want have been built. And now everything else that I produce will be geared towards science and money. So this is something I won't take again. They want to give me 270 dust per turn, but that deal is nullified as soon as they can no longer give me 270 dust per turn. So if they only have 270 dust, I'm not buying it. Instead, I think I'll take most of their fleets out and have all their planets, which will equal much more than a simple per turn fee of dust. Alright, what options do I have? I'm gonna go with engineering. I like the engineering defense because it negates any chance of sabotage by the enemy. And if you're already superior, you might as well just try to prevent sabotage. It's the worst thing they can do. If they try to go tactics and counter you, it weakens their defenses anyways. Yes, which they did do. And they did destroy one ship, but I'm guessing it was a Helium-4. And that just leaves room for me to add battleships to the fleet. I might take Engine Tuner. Engine Tuner is a deceptive trait because it opens up the game to a lot of other traits that everybody would want. But I'm going to finish my veteran traits first. You see that was a 92% flak efficiency, and they did about 500 damage. And they did kill an HE5, so that's something. Missiles are the only thing that... Well, basically, missiles, if you look at the actual damage they do, it's huge, but their defenses are also the most efficient. So, one missile getting through can destroy an entire ship, but having an equal number of defenses to their weapon modules, you're pretty much guaranteed to never see a missile hit your ship. So it's a delicate balance, as is most of this game. I'm going to get rid of their acid rain. Which will, yeah, put this system finally in a position to really help the Empire. We've been kind of carrying them through the beginning of the game. Shaddai has a battleship for me, which I will send to Lonica. Oh, and look, he's going to use the warp travel. Now Zenus is really starting to take off. It's a bit sad to see them constantly scouting my fleets, but I suppose that since I'm moving them around, it would behoove them to do so. And the fleets they are sending are not nearly as powerful. Everything looks alright. Oh no, my dust. That's right. I spent a lot of dust on upgrades. Oh, but now I can do the hydro sequencing, which will, I don't know, just vastly increase my FIDs overall. Everyone might choose to go to war with me if I continue to build this quickly. I mean, I'm really shooting ahead, I think. Let's see, my score is, yeah, 400 better than the second place, and yeah, my FIDs are kind of skyrocketing as well. And now I'm first in military strength as well. Well, so that's positive. My high military strength will deter warfare. I'm 25% to an expansion victory because I've got 2 capitals. I think I will get a 3rd one soon. Supremacy is all about taking enemy capitals, and expansion is all about covering 75% of the galaxy. Oh, I can see quick view right here. Everyone sort of is starting to hate me because of my score. That's fair. I'm totally gonna win soon. If I haven't already won. I would say that the least fun aspect of this game is that oftentimes you win the game somewhere mid through it, and your enemy should just concede because there's no way for them to catch up, but you've still got another half the game to play. So really, what's the point? It should just it should have like a concede option, or a, like, you know, if everyone in a multiplayer concedes, then the victor go the spoils, or something like that. And the AI needs to be able to see when someone is taking off like this, and there should be an automatic alliance between all of the factions that are AI to try and deal with the threat. Which is basically how Galactic Civilizations 2 would handle it. It's very smart. Two turns for reinforcements at Lonica. Oh, I need to switch my ship-producing planets to hydro-sequencing planets. I don't really need more ships anyways. Have to remember to do that everywhere. I'm gonna give them one more battleship. They need it. Oh, looks like I've done it. Oh, actually, these sort of nothing systems are fairly decent for hydrosequencing as well. It'll take 28 turns, but overall it'll be better. Oh, see, they need an exploitation too. I don't know why I didn't give them that. So yes, in somewhere around 20 turns, this planet is going to start growing better and doing more. Same with Julian. They've got plenty of population, they just need a little boost. Anywhere else that I've sort of switched them to producing dust? Yes, to Ita. Ita still looks pretty bad, but I think I'll take away that, give them this bonus, but actually what they need is colonial rights, and then they can... Which one of these is worse? 2 science, -1 production. -10, -10. So I'll colonize this asteroid. That'll give me some production. Probably a little bit more food, I would think. From the colonial rights, I mean. And then, oh, right, that's the basic problem with this planet, isn't it? It doesn't have enough food. So really they need the hydrosequencing before anything else. And once they have hydrosequencing, all of these planets can provide enough food. Move into the next system. There's no reason to let a system just sit there if I've got an extra fleet somewhere. And then when this is done being conquered, I can move that fleet to Gem, and this fleet to Alioth. Or actually, I guess I should move this fleet to Alioth, and that fleet to Gem. That'll get rid of all their ships they're sending. Now there's another version of hydro sequencing later in the game, towards the end game. I forget what it's called, but I know it shows a picture of a turtle. Yes, non-baryonic shell is basically double the effect of hydro sequencing. For some reason it requires titanium, which is kind of laughable. Anyone that wants titanium can get it by now. But yeah, that's another important thing to get to. If you have the extra technological power, you should always go for it. Okay, see, I didn't want to auto-battle that, but I didn't realize they had attacked me. So I lost a few ships on that. Hopefully they won't attack again. My battleship will come in to save the day. And I'll manual this one. Looks like a lot of missile swarmers. Shouldn't be too difficult. I just want to get my repairs in, if the AI doesn't mind. That's a curious thing about playing humans, is you never know if they're going to choose what they should choose, or if they're going to know that that's what you would think they do, and therefore choose a counter to that. But I've noticed with humans in this game in multiplayer, people either don't think about it at all or overthink it, because they always choose what is of the most advantage to them, which makes them super easy to counter. Whereas the AI is much more random, and so you can't always guarantee a counter. But you can at least minimize the risk by choosing something like engineering, which doesn't really have any negative aspects of being countered, because the only thing that counters it is something that puts the enemy at risk. And it appears that once again the Cravers have been thwarted at Lonica. Sad for them, but good for us overall. See, you can already see the trait Cyber Skilled will give me +2 ability points, which means I can choose 2 of any of these other ones here. And the last one I just got is +2 defense, labor, melee, offense, and wit. Solid choice. They seem to have better missiles than I do flak. Something that I'll take note of in my next designing phase. They've got a fleet of 5,000 strength coming. And I see them coming, so I will retreat. It seems I'm in need of some upgrades. What I want is all these FE2s and FE3s to replace these FEs. Got a lot of unnecessary iron here. Needs to be upgraded. That was fairly simple. Oh, actually, I've got 3 more FE3s. I can get rid of 3 Iron 2s. Alright, now I've got a more powerful fleet than they do. But I can't reach them in time. So everyone's gonna have to stay here. Yeah, as I thought. Oh, here we go. My influence is beginning to spread well. Oh, and there's a newcomer in the influence game. Wasat. Horatio. Probably my next enemy. Seems like I might as well move clockwise through the galaxy. Oh, I've got 4 quantities of Transvine now. That is plus 40% ship XP. And I can build dreadnoughts. So first things first, I'll get my dreadnoughts designed. These are really the most fun to create. You get that defense bonus. Get the extra space. And the plus 10% ship HP per battle is plus 120 per battle phase, is pretty much what that will add up to. And then I can put some armor on there to greatly increase that effect. In fact, let's see. Each one of these adds a 6.4 HP per turn to my recuperative abilities. But they do take up quite a bit of space. So I will go next to defense. I want at least 6 of everything. Or, I should say 6 and 4. I'm conservative with how much kinetic I do because it's always one step ahead and it's not really a very big factor in most battles. So, shields are the least efficient, which is why I'll increase those slightly. I've used about half my tonnage, and now I'll go to 10 torpedoes, 10 lasers, oh, and only 2 railguns? Maybe 4 railgun, 2 pinch gun, and 10 plasma torpedoes. And even that seems a bit high, so I'll get rid of 2 torpedoes in favor of more flak defense. You can never have too much flak defense. And then of course these will be named the tungsten, which is one of the best metals for heat resistance. Kind of a metaphor. Excellent. Only 1 turn for that. But the improvement is more important than the ship still, so I'm going to want the improvements I've recently gotten. Before I get anything else, Amal is really doing well. They colonized and specialized very quickly. Okay, no exploitation. Choose to exploit. Oh wait, I have an extra option now. Oh, Arctic transformation. That might be preferable. No, I want the dust and the production. This is actually a decent producing planet. Can't complain. And then I'll increase its population. This population boost is a pretty big deal. Especially here I'll get an extra 2 population on a methane. That's an extra 20 production per turn on this planet, which is multiplied by several other factors. Excellent. Oh, Zenus is without a goal. Everything looks pretty decent here. They are using hyperscale farms, which is not my first choice. Of course, they've got... Wow, I'm surprised that the morale's so low considering this plus 40 morale on planet. Plus 10 morale. So they've got plus 50 morale, and they're still really kind of pissed off. Minus 142 from ownership, so yeah, that'll do it. But I have to assume that that'll go away rather quickly. So, in the meantime, I'll want careful sweeping, intensive farming, then I'll switch these to their more natural choices. I can actually fix this one up. No need to be mineral poor anymore. Wow, this is a good system. If it weren't so poorly managed. They've got their moon explored. And then after all that, I'll colonize the last one. That's quite the list. It really is. 2 more turns there. Got... pretty serious fleet. Looks like kinetic, beam kinetic, and kinetic. So my missiles are going to just obliterate them before they have a chance to retort. Yes. They sent their fleets onwards. They've got actually quite a few ships coming in. So... I suppose I'll reinforce Nerad. And I'll leave some reserves there. I always keep a close eye on what they're using for defense and offense to make sure I'm not going to be countered anytime soon. This fleet's not doing me much good in the battles because it's sort of outdated. So I'll move it in here to take on that invasion. Shouldn't be overly long. And should I... Oh wow, I'm really going to get some very high population rates on all these planets. This is Shaddai. They're having some minor food problems, so plus 20% food on system is going to be very helpful. Let's see how much food they have now. Yes, they're much higher now. Faster growth. It's important. One more turn for that. Oh, and I have another battle. Oh, right. I gotta wait next turn for this battle. Oh, wonderful. I'm very close to having a very strong economy. Or a lot of dust, I should say. I've already got a very strong economy. Sowers still don't want me to have Hexaferrum. In return, they'll give me peace, but then I would be at a disadvantage in every other negotiation. Lots of kinetic. More kinetic. And some kinetic slash beam. It's probably a fair thing to auto battle. Yeah. So now I get two choices. And let's see, he is Commander and Adventurer. Adventurers have a nice ability. If you take Dust Wielder, you then have the option for Battle Action Illusion, which gives you illusions based on 40% of my fleet command points. So if I have a large fleet, I basically get a fake fleet that can't do any damage of an extra 40%, which will spread out their attacks on invisible ships. A tactic often used in Star Trek Next Generation. Oh, and I just realized that when I researched the Dreadnought, I added some command points to my fleets. Wonderful. I would like to draw out some more of those fleets there. But look how valuable this hero is. He's got such huge sight radius, he can see everything going on here. You can even see what's happening at Wasat, which is a nice little jungle planet. And it has the other two red sang I need. So that's a good thing to know. There's very little red sang generally in a galaxy. You've got to fight for it. What was I doing here? Ah, yes. Increasing their food. And, you know, their production. Plus they are irradiated, which is bad. Irradiation hurts everybody. So, they've got their plan for the next 30 tunes or so. Do I risk moving this one? Actually, what I could do, let's move this one. Oh, wait, no, they'd already moved this turn. Well, so be it. Once I have Alioth under control, I can easily take Gem. And more importantly, I can see what's happening at Gem. Whoops. Okay, so this is starting to become a little bit too easy. I've defeated their strongest fleets, they build more. They're starting to surpass me in weapons tech, but I've got much larger numbers and much more experience. I don't foresee any major issues. I just wish that there was a way to speed up this part of the game. Because while I personally enjoy it, I understand that it is the very definition of tedium. They're going after Hamal. Smart choice. Little transparent. I think I can counter this fleet and get back in time. Oh, I probably should have done a manual battle for that. Oh well, I didn't take any damage. Okay, now go back and protect Nerad. And since we're all moving about, I'll move in towards Naus. Oh, that wasn't the hero, it was the planet doing all that. That's surprising. Oh. I must say, I thought it was my hero. Oh, they've got quite a few ships here. And actually, it looks like they have more command points than I do once again. Cravers get extra command points. Let's find out. Well, let's see. I'm a pretty strong fleet. I've got some rail defense. Let's see what's happening over here. Yes, a free planet. Kind of a crap planet, but I'll take it. Oh, they're 600 beam. That's something I can deal with much more easily. A simple sabotage in the early stage, followed by engineering to repair any damage, should send these pirates into the void of space. It was very dumb of them to overclock a beam attack. It doesn't do anything. Cool, and now I have a new planet. I wonder how quickly Naus will be invaded. It's actually a pretty quick invasion rate. Must say I'm satisfied. Oh, and now frustrated. They're sending their fleets as we speak, and I can't get my button on the... Yeah, okay, that was cowardly of them. I didn't block the system in time, and so they were able to get out. Should probably auto-block unless I say otherwise. I can't think of a time I've ever not wanted to block a system from my enemies escaping. They are happy. I will make them ecstatic. And then they can start building my dreadnoughts. Approval happy. I'll make them ecstatic. You get some nice bonuses from an ecstatic populace. Oh, and they're also at Lona. See, that's the thing that frustrates me about playing the AI, is they are going to get bonuses like this, so they'll have more fleets than they could have possibly produced, and so you have to constantly sort of babysit planets that you've taken over. It can be frustrating. But I was the one that left those systems to be vulnerable. I just thought that I would at least get to take on these ships, which appear to all now be scouts. So that was a mistake. Maybe they're going for ceasefire or something. Oh well. I'm not going to lose, but they did sort of get the upper hand on me. This is a research gas giant. Oh well, there's nothing for it. I suppose I'll just see what's in this protostar. An uncolonized system. How is that even possible? Methane, barren, asteroid. So yeah, it's very possible, I suppose, if you don't have the technology. But it looks like I've got a little bonus here. I'm going to rush by a procreator. Well worth its weight in gold, and then I'll take Alva the next turn. I doubt the AI has any colony ships on the way. Okay, now let's hope... Nope, it's going to make it difficult for me to move still. So I'll take Lonica back. They will do more shifty, underhanded things that shouldn't be allowed in a civil game. But I'm still going to win. And really the only thing they're doing is depleting my supply of mercy, which is already running quite thin. How much extra happiness do I have? Looks like quite a bit. So I'm going to colonize this lava planet finally. Make them ecstatic, and then get the asteroid. Ah yes, and I will get the Alva system. Where should I start? It looks like, of all things, this methane is going to be my best starting location. It's got some very strong production, and the dust water gives it that extra food that it's going to need. So what more could you want than production and food? Yeah. Plus, since these all have moons, they're going to produce food quite rapidly. give it the standard production increase. Then we'll go, I guess maybe heavy isotopes right away would be customary. What else? Oh yeah, Planetary Institute, and then hydrosequencing. Oh, actually, they're unhappy though. So they're gonna want colonial rights and infinite supermarket before anything else. Wow, quite a few improvements happening across the galaxy. And I've still got this red menace to deal with. Well, they've got a fair fleet here. Beam, beam, beam. Slight kinetic. Can't wait till I get that beam defense tactic. I'm gonna use it a lot more often. Might as well choose engineering. I don't expect a lot of resistance, but you never know. Yes, I've blocked their sabotage and added, I think, another 50 HP to all my ships. Kind of a long battle. We might even make it into the melee phase. Huh. I countered them twice here. Oh, that's not good. They're coming back at me with beam/kinetic ships. Looks like a fair amount of these sort of medium-range ships. So in the first phase, I may want to use tactics to do maximum damage before we get to the kinetic phase. Even if it does decrease my defenses, it's probably going to be worth it. We got pretty good beam shielding, as I recall. So let's see how well they do in the first phase. Counter their engineering successfully. I guess they thought I was going to try and sabotage, which has been something I've chosen quite a bit in the past at this point. Alright, so I know I'm not going to do that much incredible damage, so I'm going to switch to magnetic field in the second phase, because that's when their kinetics are going to do the most. Yes, and that blocked their offensive choice. I've lost a ship. And then in the last phase, yeah, I'm gonna need more magnetic defense. Oh, I didn't quite make it. But I got off 2 missile batteries. Huh. And it didn't quite penetrate their defenses. That's too bad because I countered them in all 3 rounds and I thought I'd be able to do more to them. Perhaps this is the beginning of the end of Sofon dominance. That was, oh, that was Alioth. Those were my weakest ships I owned, huh? And they were still doing pretty good efficiency. So, alright, I guess I'm not too worried then. Advanced Scholastics. Yes, that's what I really need. Oh, see, they're ecstatic. I didn't expect them to be ecstatic. I guess they didn't win the invasion, though, huh? Okay, well, then they can be even more ecstatic and have a larger population later. Shaddai... Oh, Shaddai has their population increase. And their food's quite high. So what else? I still don't have any trade routes. The galaxy is too dangerous for trade routes at this point. I tell you what, I'll build a scout ship. Maybe a really large scout ship. Armor, invasion, power, support, civilian. So I guess a civilian module would be the colony module. Yes. What I want is a scouting module, but no such luck. So I'll use the Dreadnought after all. What better scout could you ask for? It's gonna be a fast scout ship. With good defenses. In friendly sector. Not sure that's viable. But it's still better than the other options, probably. Let's see, this is half the repair, but 20 repair in all sectors. And 20 repair is... very little repair at all. Of course, 2% is 24 repair, and this is 20 repair, so it's technically better because it'll work everywhere, so I'll take it. Very complicated mathematics. Definitely want defenses. And I'm going to make it a pure missile ship since you won't be countering such a ship. Alright, kind of a all-or-nothing type ship, but it's gonna be very valuable, I think. And what to call it? Something fast. How about Mercury? So I think each one of these is 4, and I can fit, oh wait, no, I only have 15 command points, I think, which would be maybe 3 of these. It's not ideal. And these need to get rid of their acid rain. Well, and they've been biding their time on that moon survey. Now that they have it, though, they can increase their food, dust per turn, and then go on to build dreadnoughts. What else is there to do? What else? Hugin rings are valuable, but not overly. And this planet is depleted, which kind of a pet peeve of mine. It doesn't say what that means at all, so don't really know what to do with it. Although I've read on the forums that it's minus 25% to all FIDs on the planet. I wish it weren't true. I guess I'll try and make them a little bit happier. I think they're being blockaded at the moment. Yes. So I've got 4,500, they've got less. Increase in population cap could be useful here. And general happiness, I think. Okay, I seem to have stabilized, but I did lose one of my... I lost my worst fleet here, and so now I've sort of gotten stuck again. I have one more fleet I'd like to build. Oh, whoops. And I'd also like to upgrade some of these weaker ships. Well, I'm getting a lot of FIDs now per turn. 200 per turn, huh? Oops, that was 2,900 versus 2,800. So yeah, I might as well take the extra dust. What would one more higher be? About almost double, not quite. Okay, so let's see what I can retrofit with that amount of cash flowing. I wouldn't even get all of my HEs upgraded. Getting some high-level irons upgraded is pretty valuable to me. Especially since they don't have a commander to give them bonuses. So I think that's what I'll do with my extra dust, is upgrade all my battleships. Oh, an even match. We've got beam, beam kinetic, beam, and a few kinetics. Not too worried about the small ships. I'm going to focus on defending against beam. Let's see, in the first phase, I'll go for... sabotage? No. Well, that's going to damage my ships. I'll go for that. Then I'll use ultimate defense and then repair for the last. So they countered me, unfortunately, but it does happen. I don't think any of them were damaged, so it won't matter. Next I'll choose ultimate defense, which costs some dust, but it's definitely worth it at this stage, because this is the most powerful stage for their beam weapons. This is where I really need to rock them. Wait till the missiles hit before I make my next call. Yeah, they've lost pretty much everything, so repair will be fine after that. Seems a little bit harder to make some choices at this later stage. Ooh, Team Spirit's good though. So is Fearless Foe though. Plus 25% offense and defense when you fight another hero, which has been happening a lot, so I'll take that. And I've got another level. So I guess I'll take the Team Spirit choice. And that's Team Spirit 1. I wonder where the other ones are. But overall, I've got some great bonuses to offense and defense here. And since they attacked me, I get an extra battle at the end. Excellent. Let's see. Not much else going on. I might rush by... Oh, it's already almost done. Did I lose any ships anywhere? 14 of 15, 13 of 15. They can take one more on. If I had just one extra CP, I could have 4 dreadnoughts in a fleet. But it's hard to lament when you don't actually have any dreadnoughts yet. I'll need, I mean, I could just as easily put a battleship and a destroyer into the mix. See, now they're offering Proto-Orchid because I took their Red Sang, but still useless. Soon I'll have it all. Ah, yes, and now I have Advanced Scholastics, which means lots more dust. See, if you look at this, plus 2 dust per citizen on planet. And I've got a lot of citizens here. 25, so that's an extra 50 dust per turn. Well, but it costs 7 dust, so technically it's only 43, but still a huge advantage. over people who don't have it. This system's really shaping up nicely. No moons, though. I'd always want more moons. They've got another 6,000 fleet coming in. Oh, what is this? They're trying to sneak around me again, get some scouts by me. Won't be happening. I'll leave a battleship here. I like that you can sort of go around the basic lanes you start out with warp travel, but I don't like that you can surpass all enemy fleets. Like, if I was at Pisces, I shouldn't be able to avoid every fleet they owned and go to Megras, because they would detect my ship and intercept. So if I go near a system, I should have to go through that system on my way through and have a chance to be countered. But, you know, just not having anywhere to stop means you can send sleeper ships all the way to someone's capital constantly, and they'd have to defend every system they own at all times, regardless of any sort of front line that they've set up. Isn't very realistic. I think that's something that may get changed, but things like that, if they didn't catch it in the beta phase, in the alpha phase, they're not planning on changing it until possibly a expansion. And we're probably a long ways off for that. I mean, I wouldn't expect another update for at least a month and a half. Oh, right, so I'm getting my research now. My Mercuries are beginning to be finished. I think I can send these off on their own. Ah, here it is. Yeah, so these ships have 14 movement. And they're going to go out and basically find me some trade routes. So here I will also get adaptive taxation. Oh, actually, wow, these guys are very discontent. I don't like that. So I'll fix their society's woes first, and then maybe some science after that. And then we've got the tungstens being built at Way. Do I want to change this lava planet? I suppose it's good for what's happening here. So I will give them adaptive logistics. And advanced optics after that. Wonderful. These people have an extra ship. So I've got an extra battleship here. I might as well send it to the front. Lonica. What to do with this one? I'll go for adaptive taxation, excuse me. And then maybe some advanced lenses, since both of these planets will also benefit. It's kind of odd that the AI has been on the attack the entire game, since I've been dominating them. But that's pretty much how it goes. Just sometimes I wish for a little more realism. Oh, I got 100% efficiency on that battle. I love seeing that. Especially against one of their heroes. They've got so many ships. They're just sending out hordes and hordes of small ships. Perhaps I need assailant to get the next options I want. Pisces. Yes, a great improvement. And then they'll take advanced optics. And I guess then they're just gonna go after larger ships. Lots of XP for this FE3. Both quantities of hydromel were in the system. Cravers would have had a heyday with that much food. I'm glad they didn't get any. It was a really strong move for me to take over a mall in the early game. It was risky, but since I was able to keep it, it paid off immensely. So many times it's worth going to war over a massively powerful system like that. Just make sure you're the guy that wins. I'm still building hydrosequencing everywhere. It takes a long time to fully integrate a technology like that. And I'm not even really building warships, it just takes forever to get through your build queues. There's always options. Wow, they've really got a pile of ships over there. How many moves do I have? I think I can get there in one trip. Okay, and then I got my blockade up. I'll auto battle. I think they're going to attack me for a while, and I don't want to waste anyone's time. Now, if I do get low on health, I can always manual battle and choose repair on something small like that, but I didn't actually need to this time. What to choose? I wouldn't mind getting some of these battle actions. And if you look, this hero is level 16 right here, so I've only got 4 more choices. I'm gonna go with the rest of the assailant options first off. Oh, and now that I have Megrez locked down, I can swoop in on the other options, or other systems. This is sort of the breaking point. They lost now, which allowed me to have enough fleets to take the next series of planets. And once all of these are gone,